If you want to completely change the way that the front end of your 1997 to 2018 TJ or JK looks and functions, the 7-inch RS Series RGB Halo LED headlights and fog lights with black housing and the clear lens will be a great addition to your build. Now this set is going to be great if you're looking for an easy and affordable way to transform the street appeal of your TJ or JK with a modernized appearance with the matching headlight and fog light set in addition to the RGB functions. Now that's going to be great if you're in need of an upgrade from your worn factory lighting and you want a full set that's going to not just stand out from the crowd, but also offer better lighting performance to help you with your visibility at night. As you can see, this is going to feature a complete set of headlights and fog lights. It's going to boast a stealthy appearance with the black housing, but will allow all of that bright LED lighting to shine through with the clear lens on the front. Now, both headlights and fog lights will also feature projector lenses for the LEDs, so not only will the driving lights be significantly brighter than the factory halogens, but they also are going to project farther and have a cleaner beam pattern to optimize your visibility. Now, the big star of the show here, however, is the halo in each one of these lights. Now, these are all going to be tied together thanks to the included wiring harness in the kit and will allow you to change the color, effect, speed, and really customize it depending on your personal preference, which will be great not only for shows, but also just to keep you more noticeable while you're driving around on the street, whether your halos are multicolored or just the standard white. This kit will also include a handheld controller, but additionally works with your smartphone, allowing you to change the lights on the fly no matter what you're doing in your Wrangler. Now these will be tough with an aluminum and ABS black plastic housing for a snug fit, and the aluminum's great for that heat dispersion. Now the lenses on the front will be made of an impact resistant polycarbonate construction, which will hold up very well to any lighter hits from branches and brush on the trail and typical road kick-up. Now the kit is also going to include absolutely everything that you need for a pretty straightforward install. As you can see, there is some wiring included here, but most of it's going to be simply a plug and play design, and we'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Now I would like to mention that the fog lights do have JK style mounting points, so there may be some minor modification required depending on your setup, especially for those TJ models. Now when it comes to price, this will be affordable for what it is at roughly $325. Now not only will this come with headlights, fog lights, wiring, and a remote, making it incredibly inclusive for the price point, but it will come with a bunch of features that you don't normally see in the average headlight setup. Now I think this set is a no-brainer when it comes to what's included, and of course that look and function that will no doubt transform your setup if you want that custom look for your TJ or JK and don't want to break the bank doing it. Now install is going to be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter because of the wiring included and because you're replacing both the headlights and fog lights, so it should take you about 2 hours to get the job done with some pretty basic hand tools. Now at this point we can head over to the shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how to get this onto your TJ or JK at home, so that's going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get into it.
For this install you will need a ratchet, small extension, T15 Torx bit, 8, 10, and 18 millimeter sockets, Phillips or flathead screwdrivers in our case, clip removal tool, needle nose pliers or your provided fuse puller, and a pair of angle cutters. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some headlights on our Wrangler, but before we do that we're going to send you to watch a short video on how to uninstall your factory headlights, and we'll see you when you get back. The footage we're going to show you is from a different Wrangler, but it is the same exact process, so watch that and come right back.
So this is a relatively easy install since there's only a few screws that hold these headlights in. However, we do need to remove our stock grille, so we're going to pop our hood open so we can access the plastic retainers that hold that in. So you're going to have 6 of these plastic retainers across the top of your grille. They're really easy to remove. We're going to use a flathead screwdriver to pop up the center and pull the whole thing out. So the top of the grill is free, however the bottom of the grill is held in with a few metal clips. The way we're going to remove that, we're just going to tug out on that and that whole thing will disconnect. After we do that, we're going to pull this grill away and we'll disconnect our lights. So we're going to turn these till they unlock, let those hang there. Do the same thing for the other side, just turn these till they unlock, and we'll pull this grill away. So the next step, we're going to remove the 4 small screws that hold this chrome ring in here, which is holding our light in. We're going to use a T15 Torx to remove those. One thing you want to make sure you do is keep a hand on it while you're removing these screws, because it will just fall out on you. So to unplug these, we're going to press back on this red locking tab. Once that's all the way up, we can press down on our release and unplug our light.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. Now that we've shown you how to remove your factory headlights, this kit that we're going to be installing also comes with fog lights, so we're going to need to go ahead and do a little bit more to get it ready for the new fog lights. So what we're going to do first is come right behind our bumper here and unplug our factory fog lights, and then we're going to go ahead and actually remove the front bumper to more easily show you how to replace those fog lights. So now we'll go ahead and unplug our fog lights first, so we can go ahead and reach down behind our bumper here, and you're going to feel your connector, and there's a little push release tab. Go ahead and push that down and simply unplug your fog lights. We'll do that for both of them. Now we're ready to go ahead and unbolt our bumper and get that aside. So now we can go ahead and grab our 18mm socket and extension on our ratchet, and we'll come to the frame horns that are holding our bumper on, and you'll see 2 of our mounting studs here with nuts on them on the outside, as well as 2 on the inside of the frame horn, and that is for both sides of the mounts of the bumper. So we'll go ahead and get our first one off here. Crack that loose. Get our next one off as well. Then just as with these 2, we'll go ahead and remove the 2 inner ones, as well as the 4 on the other frame horn mount, and then we'll go ahead and pull our bumper. We'll go ahead and get our 2 inner mounting bolts off. Nuts rather. Now that we have these 4 off, we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Now that we have the bumper fully disconnected, we'll go ahead and grab onto our tow hooks here. Simply remove our bumper. So now that we have our bumper off, we can go ahead and very easily access our fog light bracket. So we're going to go ahead and remove the mounting screws holding it in place. Now from the factory, you should have 4 of these 8mm screws. Ours, due to previous installs and modifications, we've lost a couple, but we still have 2. Again, you should have 4 from the factory. So we'll go ahead and grab our 8mm socket and extension on our ratchet. Go ahead and get these out. And once we have those out, we can go ahead and simply pull our factory fog light off and set it aside. Next, we'll go ahead and take our new fog light, make sure it is facing the right direction, and you will have this DOT SAE embossment on your lens. You want to make sure that faces up. So we'll go ahead and set this in place on the locators here. Then we're simply going to reuse and reinstall our 8mm screws. Go ahead and grab our 8mm socket extension again. Now once you have this complete for this one, you can go ahead and repeat this process for the other side, and then we'll go ahead and throw our bumper right back on. So now that we are ready, we can go ahead and line our bumper back up. Go ahead and get our mounting studs back in place here. Should fall right back in. And we can go ahead and reinstall our 18mm nuts and get those tightened back down. So we'll go ahead and reinstall our 18mm nuts on our mounting studs here. We'll do the same thing with our inner mounting studs. Then we'll go ahead and get our other 4 on, and we'll get these tightened back down. Now that we have all of our nuts on, we'll go ahead and grab our 18mm socket and extension again on our ratchet. Tighten these back down. And same for our inner ones. Now we'll go ahead and do our inner mounting nuts. And remember to always refer to your manufacturer's specific torque setting for all of your hardware. Now that we've got this side tightened down, we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side, then we'll move on to our headlight. So now we can go ahead and begin routing and connecting our wiring harness. Now, this does look like a lot of harness, but don't let it intimidate you because it is very clearly labeled where everything goes. So what we're gonna do is take our black cords here that are gonna plug into our actual lights. And we're gonna send those right down behind our power steering reservoir through the bottom of our headlight housing, and it's gonna come out right here. So we'll go ahead. You're gonna take your 2 driver side wires first. Like I said, we're going to send them right down behind our power steering reservoir, like so. Then you're going to reach under your headlight opening. Should be able to reach through, grab both wires. It is a bit tricky. You should be able to get both of them in one shot, like so. We're going to go ahead and pull those through. Try to keep our wiring as straight as possible. We're going to pull that through. Then our passenger side ones are going to follow along with it. And then your controller box is going to follow everything down. You want to make sure your wires don't get too jumbled up in here. Go ahead and fish our control box down through. You may need to kind of move some stuff out of the way here, nothing crazy. Pop that through. And then your control box is going to stay right here. Now your kit does not come with this, but you can use adhesive tape or something like that to kind of secure it right to this flat spot here. For demonstration purposes, we're just going to go ahead and leave it in this position. It's not going to affect the install or anything functionality wise, so just go ahead and leave that there. So then we'll leave this like it is for now, then we'll come back up and get our top side wiring situated. So next up, we're going to grab our provided fuse tap, which is already on our positive wire here. We're going to go ahead and bring that to our fuse panel. So we'll go ahead and open this up. Then we're going to go ahead and locate our accessory fuse, which if you're coming to your side closest to the battery, you're going to come to this end section here, and this 10 amp fuse here is going to be the one we need. So we're going to grab our fuse puller from our fuse block, go ahead and pull that fuse out. Replace our fuse puller. Now if you don't have a fuse puller, needle nose pliers or something like that will suffice. And we're going to go ahead and take that fuse we just pulled out and add that into the open slot of our fuse tap. And we're going to go ahead and set this fuse tap right back in where that 10 amp fuse came out of. Make sure that seats. Then we can go ahead and route our wire back over here. We can close back up our fuse box. Now if you choose to, you can notch out for that wire, but everything should kind of snap down back into place. So now we're going to go ahead and grab our negative wire here, which already has a terminal on it. We're going to route it around our fuse block here, kind of keep everything clean and in line. Then we're going to go ahead and loosen up our negative nut on our terminal with our 10 mil socket and our ratchet. Just loosen that up a hair. And we're going to go ahead and slide our terminal into place. Work that on here. And we'll go ahead and tighten that right back down. And make sure this seats really good onto the post. And we'll go ahead and tighten that right back up. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and grab onto our turn signal harness here. And we're going to go ahead and tap our yellow wire in for the passenger side. Now your kit does come with T-taps attached to these male spade connectors. However, we already have female spade connectors on our harness from previous installs. So we're going to go ahead and plug it in. Works just the same. The T-taps would simply wrap around the wire and you clamp that down and then plug the male spade connector in. Very straightforward. So for the turn signal, we're going to go ahead and tap into the white wire with gray striping here. So we'll go ahead and plug that right in. And then we can send our driver's side wire over and do the same thing for that side. Next, we're going to go ahead and just secure this excess wiring up out of the way. Now we're simply going to use a zip tie and zip it onto this harness here. Feel free to clean up your harness however you would like. Just remember, this is going to be behind the grill, and as long as it's not touching anything super hot, it's going to be fine and out of the way. So we'll go ahead and just zip tie this right here. And these zip ties do not come with your kit, but they are readily available at any hardware store or parts store for a couple bucks for a pack. And then we're simply going to grab some angle cutters, cut off our excess of our zip tie, kind of clean things up a bit. Now we're going to go ahead and plug into our fog lights. So we'll reach down and grab our connector here for this little screw type part. And we're going to go ahead and grab the passenger side fog light labeled connector. Go ahead. And this has a little dowel on it, kind of set it in place. You just want to make sure you have it lined up. And go ahead and screw it in. Once you have that lined up, go ahead and make sure that plugs in good. And you want to screw on your connector nut here. Make sure that stays nice and secure. So now we can go ahead and plug our fog light itself in, and that just plugs into the factory vehicle connector side. And then you can do this same process for your other fog light. So next up is our adapter harness for our headlight itself. And we're going to start by grabbing our anti-flicker box and go ahead and plug that into the female side of our conversion harness. Go ahead and get that in. Then we're going to take our factory style connector and go ahead and plug that into the vehicle side of our harness. Make sure that seat's nice and good. Then we're going to take our passenger headlight plug from our wiring harness we just installed. Make sure that comes up behind our headlight housing like so. And this is all going to be accessible when we bring our headlight over to go ahead and plug that all in. Then we're going to go ahead and snag the factory mounting ring off our OEM headlight. And that simply just pops off of the light like so. And go ahead and set these aside. Next, we're going to take our factory ring. We're going to go ahead and get that onto our new headlight. Now you want to make sure this is facing up when you go ahead to install it, and you will, again, just like your fog light, have the DOT SAE embossment at the top of your housing, so you want to make sure that's facing up. So once we have that done, go ahead and grab the other side of our conversion harness. Go ahead and plug that in. Then we're going to go ahead and plug our little dowel connector on and find your locator there. Make sure that plugs all the way in. Then again, screw on your connector nut. And we'll go ahead and tuck our excess wiring back down behind our headlight mounting location. Admittedly, this is a lot of harness to tuck back in here. Once we get that tucked in, we'll go ahead and use our factory locator points for our headlight itself. We'll go ahead and get our ring in its place. Now, you should be using your T15 Torx screws at this point. However, ours are Phillips head due to many previous installs. We kind of lost ours along the way. So we'll grab our Phillips head screwdriver, start getting our mounting screws in place. Get our second one in before we let go of our headlight. Now, once you have this headlight in, you can go ahead and repeat the same process for your other headlight. So now we can go ahead and get our grille reinstalled. So we'll get it kind of set in place here. And we'll grab our turn signal bulbs. Go ahead and set those back in. Get them seated. Give them a quarter turn, lock them back in place. Then once we have that done, we'll go ahead and line up the top of our grille here. Then we're going to give our bottom pins a good push, lock those back into place. Then we can go ahead and reinstall our push pins up top on our grille. Now we can go ahead and get all of our push pins reinstalled along the top of our grille. So now that you have everything back together, you can go ahead and tuck and clean up the bottom part of your harness however you would like. Secure it, loom it, tape it, zip tie it. You just want to make sure nothing's hanging down that's going to get caught on anything, especially if you're going off-roading with this or anywhere that you think you might snag it and mess up your whole harness. You definitely don't want to do that. So just secure it up out of the way. Just make sure it's out of the way of any spinning or really hot parts. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our 7-inch Aura Series RGB Halo LED headlights and fog lights in black housings and clear lenses for your 97 to 18 Jeep Wrangler TJ and JK. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.